far in a grad candidate's guide to grad recruitment video series, I focused on 3 different types of screening processes. Let us do a quick recap. The first was ATS, whereby recruiters utilize its AI integrated function to rank the CVs using a match score ranking system. Second layer would be manual CV screening, followed by either a telephonic or a video screening, or what we call higher view. Now, in today's video, we're going to be discussing the 4th and the last layer of screening, closing off this 3-part video series. Now remember, all the other 3 steps that I've mentioned prior will take place before your profile even gets shared with the hiring manager as part of the provisional shortlist. So if a candidate has made it so far in the recruitment process, a 4th layer of screening, or what we refer to as a psychometric assessment, is usually the next step in the recruitment process. Especially if we are dealing with a high volume recruitment project like graduate recruitment. Remember, we have yet to even share a short list of candidates to the hiring manager. As a candidate, you would then be invited to complete a bunch of assessments, right? To further gain a better picture of you as a professional, to see if you are a good fit or not to the role. Now, if you were to ask candidates what is the most nerve-wracking part of the recruitment process, I promise you 9 out of 10, they would say psychometric assessments. As a registered psychometrist, I understand the value that psychometric assessments provide to the graduate recruitment team, basically testing the aptitude as well as the behavioral styles. But man, these assessments can be so anxiety-filled, especially for nervous graduates. So let's define what is a psychometric test. A psychometric test is basically an objective way to measure the potential ability of candidates to be able to perform well in a job role. The test itself allows level playing field. Graduate employers value them because there's such a fear of comparing different candidate strengths regardless of background, right? Some aspects of the recruitment or the graduate recruitment process focuses on experience and qualifications. But what psychometric tests do, or what they do, is that they're a way of gauging your future potential rather than assessing what you have done in the past. These tests also may be used in different stages of the recruitment selection process. For example, if you're applying for a placement on a graduate development scheme with a larger organization or large graduate employer, chances are you're going to be asked to take a psychometric test. These assessments can also be used as a filtering mechanisms, especially at an earlier stage in the recruitment process before the assessment center stage. They can also be used after the final interviews as one of the key metrics in deciding who will be the successful candidate for that specific graduate role. Therefore, if you did an assessment earlier on in the recruitment process, you may also be retested after the assessment center stage to basically confirm these results of the earlier tests. Okay, so now you've progressed to either an interview or an assessment center stage. The next step after that is doing what we call a background checks, or what we call reference checks as well. So the last type of screening, which may come to, or I've seen it, it's such a huge surprise for some graduates, is background checks and reference checks. So I want to first discuss what is a background check and when is this usually seen. So this is usually, again, after interview assessment stage. It is the last step that predicts or even confirms that you're one step closer to getting an offer. It basically investigates your background based on the criteria determined by a prospective or a current employer. This includes status as employment, it includes nationality, education, sometimes criminal records, sometimes your credit history based on the role, motor vehicle license record checks, right? What we also find is what we call pre-employment medicals, where some companies will make you do a pre-employment medical before they extend the job offer. This is especially popular, more prevalent in industries that are considered to be technical, such as the mining or even the petrochemical industries. Now, when you go into these medical checks, graduates, do me a favor. Please ensure that you clean. Do not drink heavily the night before. You do not smoke or consume any questionable substances weeks prior, because remember, this is going to stay in your system for some time. Next one is reference checks. Now, these are conducted to evaluate the accuracy of the information the candidate provides and to assess the important characteristics such as integrity, as well as work ethic, and really helps the recruiter and the hiring manager identify which candidates may fit the company culture best. When you do that, please ensure you submit a strong referee list to the recruiter and ensure that these people are not just reliable, but they actually like you. Take the following 3 actions to prepare your referees prior to the recruiter calling them. Number 1, make sure that you are refreshing their memory about the work you did in that role that they will be referencing. Secondly, I want you to inform them of the position and the recruiter will be calling them for. Make sure to send them your latest CV document. And that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video series. In my videos, I'm going to be discussing, in my next videos, I'm going to be discussing my top comment-based questions to prepare for in your next job interviews as a graduate candidate in 2025. I am Olwethu M. As always, I am in the business of transforming graduate potential into professional excellence.